had to figure out what I was going to do after that. And so I made my escape plan and left. And I'm so grateful that I did.
I lived with a man from 10 till I moved out, my late teens, early 20s. So I moved out. That didn't give a fuck about me. Never made me a meal. Never made sure I got to practice on time. Never helped me with my homework. Never checked on nothing. Nothing. Couldn't care less. And he had 4 kids himself. Abandoned all of them. I remember I had made a prompt a long time ago, and it basically read something to the effect of like, if you can't be a stepfather, then you can't be a real father. And the man was crashing out because they was like, oh, what you mean? They totally different. And I was like, nah, they're really not. They're really not the same thing. I mean, they really are the same thing. They go hand in hand. The word father is in there, by the way. One step just means you're not the biological father, but you still are a father figure, presence, male presence, whatever you want to call it, is essentially the same thing. And you have the same responsibilities to the child. I've never been a stepfather. Um, I obviously I'm a biological father to my two sons, and I'm still with the mother, and we're together and all that stuff. So I haven't experienced this personally from the perspective of the father, but I have experienced this from the perspective of the child. I grew up around men who didn't give a fuck about me that my mom dealt with. I lived with a man from 10 till I moved out, my late teens, early 20s. So I moved out. That didn't give a fuck about me. Never made me a meal. Never made sure I got to practice on time. Never helped me with my homework. Never checked on nothing. Nothing. Couldn't care less. And he had 4 kids himself. Abandoned all of them. So they do go hand in hand. He was dismissive and neglectful of me, and he was also dismissive and neglectful of his 4 children. Being a stepfather is a privilege that because the mother is saying that she trusts you to be around her child. Um, I, I I don't know how to. I mean, it's a lot of things. I think it's important. It's a very important role. Um, and so I get so disgusted when I see men violate it and be disrespectful and harm the children, right? But with all that being said, we're gonna have an example of stepfather doing that to to his son, his stepson, or whatever you want to say, and it's very triggering for me.
It's a video, silly. Now, which one do you want to ride?
I kind of want to ride the Mythic Timber.
Yeah. Which one is that one?
It's this one.
Oh, the old-fashioned one.
It's not actually old-fashioned. It's actually the newer one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that why it's not painted?
Yeah.
Or is it supposed to be like that?
It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of creepy.
It is.
One, there's like a car over there. There's also a car at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it looks like wood, so it looks like it's gonna fall over.
It looks like it's going.
Did you see that? This guy is sick.
One, there's like a car over there. There's also a car at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it looks like wood, so it looks like it's gonna fall over.
It looks like it's gonna fall over.
Yeah.
But you want to ride that one?
Yep.
That was intentional. That was intentional. That was like a threat. He just was trying to ruin the moment. And I don't know if it's triggering me more because of how genuinely pleasant the boy is, like how he's very smart and articulate, and he has like this glow about him. You know what I mean? And most kids do, but this kid really does. Like he's got something. He got, you know what I mean? Like beyond, aside from all of this, like he got something about him. He's like a star, kind of like he got the aura, as the kids would say, right? He got the riz, whatever. So I'm just watching him, And I'm just listening to him talk. It's like I love listening to my son talk. He sounds like my son to me. I'm just listening to him. And then here come this grown ass weirdo trying to elbow this kid.
It is.
That was natural.
Like a car over there.
I get that
A car
part.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
That was unnatural. That was unnatural. I get the first part. That made sense. But the thing was already on your shoulder. He literally tried to elbow that little boy or just send a signal to him. And like the mother she put up there, she said narc abuse, it's always subtle, never said sorry or excuse me, didn't know I was recording. Man, that right there, whew. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so that video popped up recently, well, today, in my memories. This video was recorded 7 years ago. So my son was probably 11. Yeah, he was probably around 11 or 12. He's 19 now and thriving. He just graduated basic training this year, like a few weeks ago, actually. And he's doing really well. And when this memory popped up, I usually try to either delete or not even watch the video if he is in the video because it's triggering. So the video started off with my son in it, and I miss his little voice. He has a really deep voice now. He is a grown up, and so I watched it, and I'm so glad that I watched it, mainly because I got to hear his voice as a child again. And then also, I got to witness um, just the amount and lengths that he'll go to sneak to hurt him. I had no idea what was happening. I would have never thought that he would have done the things that I found out that he did later on. So, yeah, this was 7 years ago. And a little while after that, there was a situation that made me realize that I had to leave immediately. And so it's really hard to explain to other people that the person that you married is actually a terrible and mean person, especially when they're a covert narcissist, because they're great to everyone else. They're caring, loving, they'll go out of their way to help you. And so when you tell them, even family members, like when you tell them, hey, this person is very mean and they're mean to my child, they don't believe you. They would rather believe the person that they see versus the person that they don't see, which, I mean, I get it.
I'm not gonna even hold y'all. Like now, me, understanding narcissism a lot better and abuse a lot better nowadays. Um, it has an opposite effect for me now. Now it's when you tell me about somebody, like, and I'll use this, it's not a one-to-one, but it's an example. Like Robin Williams was so happy and everybody loved him, like publicly or whatever the case may be. Like he was one of the best actors. He was a great comedian at one point in time, whatever. And then when he unalived himself, it was like a shock because it was like, man, that guy seems happy all the time. But then when you think about it, oftentimes it's the person that seems the happiest, that seems the healthiest or whatever, that's often not, right? And with this, I'm having a very like with these scenarios now, I'm having a very similar reaction. When people tell me about people, or I hear something about people, it's not necessarily people I know, but just, comedians, actors, celebrities, whatever, like Shannon Sharp, like I don't care. Like anybody you tell me about, their public, especially the ones when their public personas are like way too clean. I don't see any like human side of them ever. And then like, oh, come to find out they were, dabbling in like CS or CSA or like anything like that. I'm like, yeah. Like instantly I'm like, nah, that actually tracks. It's the like when I see people be human, then I'm like, that's, it is not to say that I will think that they wouldn't do it too. I'm just saying like it's more like I've seen where they can go, and I'm like, I don't know if they will be able to go that far, right? Like that, it may work like that on my brain, which it really doesn't either. Whatever you tell me about anybody, just know, unless it's like my wife personally, pretty much beyond my wife, I'm not gonna believe you. Beyond my wife, like I ain't gonna even hold you. Pretty much anybody else, even my own sons, and I'm not now because my son is a child, but like let's say my son's like 16, 17 years old, and you tell me like, somebody comes and says, oh, he inappropriately touched him. Like, I've done everything I possibly could do to raise him properly. His mother is going to do everything in our powers. But like friends, his cohort, his, society, whatever could make him do. I wouldn't, hey, I'm gonna talk to him, but I'm not gonna be like, not my son. Like, I'm not that person. Like, I don't put that shit past anybody, right? The only person, like I said, the only person that I'm going to defend on its face of the allegation is my wife. Nobody else I would actually like defend, like their character without, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only person. Oh, she did. No, she didn't do that. Like straight up, I don't need to talk to that. I don't even need to talk to her yet. I'm standing 10 toes on that. I die on that hill all day long. I don't care. But everybody else, yes, yeah, I'm actually like, well, it could happen. Likely to happen, depending on the person, not so much. But could it happen? Yeah, possible. That's possible. And that's where I'm at now because people, men specifically, when it comes to narcissism, they hide it so well. They hide it so well if you don't know what to look for. And like she's saying, if when you got the dudes that's going hard all the time, and they do, like I did another video where the woman was talking about her husband, he won't fix their house, but he fixes other people's houses. Like he'll go out of his way to help his friends, but he won't help his own family. Yeah, anybody, always doing something else outside the house, got a project outside the house, helping everybody outside the house. Because I got a family, and I'm going, how the fuck do you got that much time? I'm not selfish with my time. I'm not. I'll give it up. I volunteered, but I ain't got no fucking time. I got 2 kids and a wife, a dog, a mortgage, a career. Like, I don't have it. Like, come on, bro. You must be taking this time is coming from somewhere. Oh, you're stealing it from your kids. You're stealing it from your wife. Got you.
But also, if I'm telling you that this person is a mean person behind closed doors, and I continuously say it, like, why not at least trust what I'm saying? Because why would I lie about a person being mean to a child? So I finally have evidence.
We don't believe men or women. I mean, we don't believe women or children. That's why we don't. Society teaches us to disregard women and children. So I mean, that's the truth of the matter. It shouldn't be that way, but that's what it is.
Um, Video evidence that he was mean.
Mm-hmm.
Around this time, he made me feel like I couldn't even trust my own thoughts. He made me feel crazy, and I believed it for a while. Like, this was around the time. This was a few years after I had gotten out of the military, and I had got diagnosed with PTSD from a previous relationship. So I was kind of all over the place mentally and trying to find my way. And I trusted this man to take care of my child, while I was trying to figure out, what to do next or how to heal. And so, the thing that kind of pressed me to leave, which I hate that it happened, but I'm glad that I left. Um, my son, everyone that knows him knows that he is a very hard sleeper. It's very difficult to wake him up, especially at that age. It was very hard, and he knew this. So he asked him to do something since he had taken a nap because he had already been working all day and helping him with stuff, and. And so he picked him up while he was asleep and yelled, "Yeah, he's faking. Look, he's faking." And I'm like, he's not faking. He is asleep. Limp. He is in REM sleep. He is sleeping so good. So I'm like, he's not faking. He picks him up and
Okay.
just drops him, just lets him
Okay.
fall.
On the ground.
And so at this point, I'm shocked because I really can't believe that he would do that. And he didn't even immediately wake up. So I called my dad, and my dad was so upset. And I mean, so was I, but I had to figure out what I was going to do after that. And so I made my escape plan and left. And I'm so grateful that I did. He's now thriving. And yeah, man, just looking at that, like it's really upsetting to know that it took all that time to, you know, figure it out. My son wasn't talking to me about it. He's a sweet, kind, loving little boy. He still is the same. He's still the same way. And so I'm just grateful that he didn't turn out um, bitter or mean. He's still very kind and gentle. And so I'm grateful that we got out of that. And thanks everybody for like all the positive vibes under the comments. It really means a lot. It's very difficult to share things like that for other people to see. But the reason that I did it is because one, to encourage other people, because maybe somebody will see this video. Maybe somebody, even one person will see the video and then they'll realize, dang, like it's time for me to go. And then they decide to leave. That's what my hope is. And also to show people that even after all that, you can be okay. Like there's a path to healing, and you can still love, you can still receive love. And life goes on after that. I'm good. My son is good. I've since remarried, and like I'm good, man.
That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. But man, oh man, was that triggering. That was very triggering. Very triggering. Yeah. I, that type of shit, I have zero tolerance. Zero tolerance for child abusers. I have zero tolerance for just people that are just like mean to their children. Like I can't stand mean people. I can't to the kids. I don't mind mean people. Oddly enough, I don't mind like surly motherfuckers. Like I get along with them well, actually, because I'm not the most, you know what I mean? Like I'm not the nicest guy, but I'm cordial. But I definitely could. People definitely could think that I'm mean because I don't go out of I'm not a people pleaser. I don't go out of my way to be all up in people's faces or whatever with smiles and shit like that. So I don't mind people that are just like to me like an adult. Like you ain't gotta kiss my ass, man. You know what I mean? Just be respectful, which I am. I am respectful, but I don't have no problem with that. But being mean to children, yeah, man. Yeah. Especially when you're supposed to be, well, see, because the way that I look at it is I think that it's every adult's duty to protect every single child. Just like I think it's every man's duty to protect every woman. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean necessarily like to jump in front of a train and push them out the way, and somebody snatches their purse, chase down them. Like I'm not saying that type of stuff. I'm saying that protecting them from yourself. So every man is supposed to keep their fucking hands to their self, and every man is supposed to treat men, women, and children with reverence, right? That's what I'm saying. So I think it's every man's duty to protect women and children. Absolutely. At just starting off at that standpoint, right? If you can physically protect. Take the next step. If you can't, do what you can do. I get it. Not everybody can physically protect. I get it. It's not, you know what I mean? Like I'm practical with that, but at the very least, you should be protecting every single person from yourself, women and children specifically. But men don't want to sign up for that. We are in a lack of accountability apocalypse. It's always been a lack of accountability for men, but oh my God, it's like I can't even say it's at an all-time high. Men have never taken accountability. But Jesus Christ. Man, oh man, we just got to get a handle on it at some point. But yeah, like I said, if you can't be a stepfather, you can't be a father. Like if you're a bad stepfather, you're going to be a bad 90% of the time. You're going to be a bad father. You hate children that aren't yours. You probably hate your child too. You just see your child as property. That's the only difference. And eventually that'll wear off. Because them kids, one thing about them is they're human, and they smell that shit on you. They smell it on you. They smell you not really down for them. Don't ask me. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but kids sniff that shit out fairly quickly too. I think it's a survival mechanism that nature built into these babies. But they gonna smell that bullshit on you quickly. So, tread lightly.